Yo, my ningens, what is up? What is good? It is your boy, Sever the Savage, and we are back at it again with another video. Today, I'm going to be going over 5 FGC terms that you all should know. If you guys know the video, this might just be a quick refresher, just in case you guys don't know. But for those who don't, this is would probably maybe say like a beginner's guide. I wouldn't say beginner's guide, but like this is something informative. This is something to help you guys understand things, well, terms that people say when, whether you're watching a tournament, watching combo videos, or just following FGC people on Twitter, so you can just like understand what they're saying. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so first things first, the term FGC. If you guys don't know what FGC means, it literally stands for Fighting Game Community. And what the fighting game community consists of is a community of people who enjoy fighting games. Now, to be part of the FGC, you don't really have to be like a competitive player. The FGC consists of just people who love fighting games. So you can be a competitor, you can just enjoy like watching like tournaments and like streams and like YouTubers and just people who make fighting game content, or you can just like generally like support the FGC in general. Like if you see something about the FGC and you like like if people like post like tournaments on Twitter and stuff and you like retweet it, or you just like generally support them, you're part of the FGC. So yeah, that's basically it on like the FGC. Next up is first two. Now what this means is basically a first to whatever. So like in tournaments, you would usually, depending on the game, there would usually be a first to 2 or a first to 3. Now you will always see first 2 abbreviated like in like maybe like a Twitter post, or like everywhere you will see first 2 abbreviated as FT. And what the first 2 basically means is you're playing to a certain amount of games. So let's say for instance BB tag, we play a first to 3 because the game's so fast. It wouldn't be really logical to play a first to 1 or a first to 2 because games will be over in like 3 to 4 minutes tops. So yeah, each tournament has like, well, each game has their own like set of like however many games you play until you win or lose the set. Oh yeah, that actually brings me into like another like term for you guys. Sets. What they basically are god damn it, I'm repeating myself. Basically what the sets are, they're basically however long you would play for. Well, they're basically like something to keep score of. So like, say for instance I'm in a tournament and I play against some random person. Okay, so we've started our first match and I win one. I won the first set. Sets are basically matches. So like, I win the first set, he wins the second set. I win the third set, he wins the fourth set. It goes down to the final set. Goes to game 5. And whoever wins that wins the entire game. So that's basically what a set is. Okay, next up is okezeme. Now you might be wondering, what the hell does that mean? Okezeme, or Oki for short, is translated as wake up attack. Oki means wake up, and zeme means to attack. So it translates to wake up attack. It's self-explanatory. It's what you do in a fighting game. So you probably do Oki without even knowing it. So say for instance you're playing Dragon Ball Fighters and you get your opponent in the corner and you get a hard knockdown when they're sliding across the floor. Then you call an assist, or you just throw out a beam. That's Oki. You're attacking as they're getting up. You're attacking on their wake up. So they can't do anything. Either they have to block or they would get hit. So basically that's okezeme. Ooh, that actually segues into my next term, meaty. Now what a meaty is, it's something similar to Oki, but it's something you're doing as the opponent is getting up. So Oki is something you're doing while the opponent is on the ground. And it hasn't gotten up yet. They haven't woken up yet. They're like, okay, you're on the ground. You're doing that, so they would have to block. So you're throwing out assists and shit as they're getting up. But not as they're getting up, but you can do that, but it's as they're on the ground. So they would have to block or get hit. Now what a meaty is you're pressing a button as they are in the startups of their vulnerable frames. Well, vulnerable frames, yeah, basically. And what I'm pretty sure you guys know what vulnerable means. So when they're on the ground, they're invulnerable. Just like think about like something like maybe like a beat 'em up. So like they're on the ground and you're like hitting them. You can't hit them while they're on the ground because they're invulnerable. But as they're getting up, they'll soon be vulnerable. And the moment they are vulnerable, you're coming in with an attack. So they're gonna have to block. If they don't block, they're going to have to eat shit. So yeah, that basically sums up meaty. Okay, if you guys don't really like fully understand like what I'm explaining, I will have like descriptions for like the terms either in the comments or in the description below. So there's that. Okay, next up is reversals. Well, reversal attacks. So you guys might be wondering something. Oh my god, Sevi, you just told me about like meaties. How do I counteract that? What do? Do I just have to sit here and block and like take all this abuse? Well, my friend, there is something that you can do. You have one. Well, we're gonna talk about the one thing right now. You have one option as a way of getting out of a meaty. This is called a reversal attack, or how the popular kids call it, a DP. Now what a DP is basically a move that is invulnerable. It's invisible. It's a move you can do if your opponent is breathing down your neck. So if you're on the ground and your opponent's like just in your face waiting for you to get up and is about to press a button and you see it coming, you can reversal attack, or DP. Now there are some ways to counteract this. They can either block or step back. If they know you're going to DP, they're going to block or step back. Now this is something you do not want to happen. because if you whiff a DP, you will die. You won't die. Well, you may or may not die depending on your health, but you're going to eat shit. You're going to have a bad time. So yeah, that basically sums up reversal actions. Well, reversal attacks is basically like, it's basically a get out move if your opponent is breathing down your neck and you don't know what to do and you're on the ground like, oh my god, what do I do? You DP. Simple as that. Okay, now we are going to talk about whiffs and whiff punishing. Now, what a whiff is you basically doing an attack in neutral and it completely whiffs, like right in your face. Like, say for instance you throw a punch and you're just hitting the air and your opponent, so say for instance you and your opponent are like a few spaces from each other. You're like, okay, I have the right move for it. You throw out a move and it whiffs and it misses, completely misses. It's like an inch away from your opponent's face and then your opponent hits you. That is a whiff and a whiff punish. So if you're doing a move and you're hitting nothing but the air, that's called a whiff. And if your opponent hits you if your opponent hits you after you do it, that's called a whiff punish. And there's something that happens when your opponent hits you as you whiff a move. It's called a counter hit. Basically it's called a counter hit. So it's basically a counter to your move. So say for instance you do a DP and your opponent either blocks or backs up and then they throw their own punch. That's going to result in a counter hit. So be very careful. Be very, very careful when throwing out DPs. You can get counter hit and you just may or may not die. Okay guys, that was basically it. That was me explaining the some FGC terminology for you all. I hope this video was informative. I hope this video was helpful. If it was in any way, shape, or form, or if you guys just enjoyed it, leave a like down below. I very much appreciate it. And actually comment what you guys like the most. Comment your favorite fighting game character. I want to know what are you guys' favorite fighting game characters. For me personally, it's Hyde from Under Night in Birth and Ruby from Ruby. You guys know, cause I played that team. Yep. Anyways, I'm done. That is it. I will see all of you ningens in the next video. Jabang bitches. Push me to the